Whether you're on the HTC Vive, the Valve Index, Oculus Quest, Oculus Rift, or PlayStation VR, the reason for motion sickness across all the headsets is the same. So why do we get motion sickness in virtual reality? Honestly, it's the same reason that you get car sick or seasick. What happens is when you're in virtual reality, your eyes are in the headset and it's seeing all this movement. So your eyes are telling your brain, hey, sending signals to your brain, saying, hey brain, we're moving. But then your body is staying in the same place. You're not really moving that much. So your body and your inner ear tells your brain a different signal saying, no, I think we're actually in the same spot. Your eyes and your body are saying different things to your brain, and your brain gets really confused, and that's why you get dizzy and motion sickness. So what can you do about all this motion sickness in virtual reality? Well, my first piece of advice to you is to start slow. Now, when I first started playing virtual reality, I also got sick, and today I play virtual reality almost every single day, and there's very few games that make me sick anymore. So if you're wondering if you can ever get over this motion sickness in virtual reality, the answer is yes, to an extent. Now, when I say to start slow, you want to give your body time to adjust to virtual reality. You want to start with some more static games, meaning something like Beat Saber, where you're standing in place, the scenery is all static, and the only thing that's happening there is there's like some blocks coming towards you. This is much more gentle for your eyes and your body to handle. So if you can do that maybe 30 minutes to an hour a day, several times a week, after some time, your body will adjust and eventually you will be able to play games like Pistol Whip or Half-Life Alyx, but you first need to give your body time to adjust to virtual reality. Number 2 is to get a directional fan, and this is quite literally just getting one of those like little box fans that blow air towards you while you're playing VR. Now, I don't really know the science behind this. It has something to do with getting a sense of movement. I don't know. Anyway, it works for me and it's worked for a bunch of my VR friends. Tip number 3 is to make your field of view smaller. So this might be a setting on your headset. It's definitely an option on some games, including like Population 1 or Rec Room, but pretty much instead of being able to see all across the whole headset when you're walking or moving in VR, it would black out the corners. This might have happened to you before, but it will black out the corners and you'll basically just see like a little circle of what the scene is. Pretty much it like tricks your brain into thinking that you're looking at like a flat screen, like, you know, like a computer screen or something, since all the sides are blacked out. Now, my 4th piece of advice is to increase your frame rates per second to at least 90 FPS. This is pretty easy to do. Just go into the settings of your headset, look for FPS, and toggle that up to at least 90 FPS. Now, if you're using a PC VR, sometimes you actually may need to decrease your graphic quality in order to hit the 90 FPS. Both the great graphics quality plus the high frame rates per second, you may need to increase your graphics card. The reason that you want to increase your FPS to at least 90 is because this is going to give you a much smoother movement in your headset. For example, if you had a very low FPS, when you're looking around in your headset, it's gonna go like this, basically really choppy, and that will definitely make you sick. So you want to increase the frame rates per second so that the view is a lot smoother when you're moving in virtual reality. So advice number 5 is there are some over-the-counter pills that you can take. It's called Dramamine. It's meant for motion sickness, car sickness, or seasickness. You take it before you play virtual reality, and that should help, although I have heard of people getting really sleepy from it, even the non-drowsy kind, so there's a risk you might be falling asleep while you're playing virtual reality. Another one is there's these acupuncture wristbands for helping with nausea or motion sickness. Basically, they apply pressure to a certain point on your wrist, and that's supposed to help with the nausea. I haven't tried either of these methods because for me, I just went through the process of adjusting over time to virtual reality, but these are some options that I've heard of other people doing that works for them. I will make sure to link anything I talked about in this video in the description below. All right, everybody, that's it for me. Much love, and I'll see you in VR.